Welcome back to the Stoop, football fans. It's your boy Lolo. Sorry for running a few minutes late, more than a few minutes late. That was a solid 7 minutes late. Now, I'm sorry about that, but as I ran down to the basement, it looks like there is a leak in one of our pipes. So if anybody knows a plumber, send them on over to the Stoop. So I've been running around like crazy, trying to get that sorted out before I got the show kicked off, but I think it's settled for now. So now it's time for a drink. That didn't pop as much as I wanted it to. I'm having some sort of fruity drink. Happy Friday to everybody. Yes, happy Friday. We had some couple midweek matches. I know my team was playing. I know Mark's team was playing. Some teams did well, other teams did not. We'll get all into that, but one team is still top of the league and playing damn good football. We hope it continues tomorrow morning. Lots of football to start tomorrow. Kicking off earliest with Manchester City at home to Newcastle. I'm looking to dive deep into that one. And Chelsea playing Leeds United at home. So maybe Leeds will take a bus down to London. Who knows? Who knows? But let me say what's up to all of our Stoop crew members who were in the comments section before we started. Pincushion, very good to see you, sir. I think, who else is there? Jimmy Bremner's Ghost. Oh, yeah. And for some reason, we don't have all these. I liked before the show, a bunch of our Stoop crew members were actually trying to decide which characters in Star Wars we would be. So it looks like Ben would be Darth Vader. Mr. Tom would have to be Jawa. I'm not as familiar with Star Wars, but Jimmy says no, Najee is Darth Vader. So he's not tall enough. And Dirty Jersey Chris has to be a Tuscan Raider. I don't know enough about all this stuff, but good to see everybody in the house. Scooby D2 as well. Jimmy, I think we said just about everybody. Let's talk sports. Good to see you guys over here. And yeah, that's it. Ben Ireland backstage. We'll get to y'all right away. So we have football. Yes, we do. But I wanted to kick off with a little bit of a conversation today. As an Arsenal fan, we've been top of the league for most of this season, and it's weird. It's weird for an Arsenal fan who hasn't seen the glory days of even the early 2000s. So it's being nearly 20 years since we've been in this position. And not saying that we're going to win the league or anything, but it just reminds me of a phrase that I constantly tell myself all the time with lots of things. And it's this too shall pass. This too shall pass is something that if you don't say to yourself, you kind of, I would recommend it. Because in the good times, in the bad times, unfortunately, the only thing that's constant is time and things change. So being in the situation that Arsenal had been in for the longest time, it felt like that had to change. It had to pass. But being in the awesome situation that we have been, and where I keep being obnoxious as a fan, is because I know there's never going to be a time like this for Arsenal, or if there is, it'll be in the future. But this will pass as well. So enjoy what you have while you have it. And if you're struggling through things, just know that too shall pass as well. So we have also on this show a lot of Leeds United fans, where you all had to be in those 16, 17 years. It's got to pass, right? This too shall pass. This too shall pass. We will get out of the championship. We will get out of, League 2 or however far down you guys got to. This too shall pass. Right now, Leeds United are in a situation, or to quickly jump off of that, Mark, I feel, was the epitome of this too shall pass, because it was easy to say, dump the Wolves. They're doing crazy, stupid things, hiring this manager and that manager, and then firing this guy and not knowing what they're going to do. And I feel like it may not be coming through on camera as much, but Mark and I's private conversations are always like, Wolves are going to come through. This too shall pass. And things are happening. I'm just like focused on looking over here at the wet floor over here and going, well, had a long run in this dirty, nasty ass basement. And that didn't happen. So those good times had to pass. This disaster that I'm staring at over here, this will pass as well. Arsenal being top of the league, with Chelsea being shambolic, with Manchester United having a terrible first half of the season, with Pep Guardiola, their crazy Man City team not really killing it. Like, this is a season that if we don't win the league this season, next season's not going to be easier. This happens to be a particularly easy season to do it if we, all things considered. Liverpool's all fucked up. Chelsea's all fucked up. Man United was fucked up for a while. Spurs are Spursy. And even Newcastle, who was doing really well, they've kind of screwed it all up as well. So now's the time, because this too shall pass. And next season, I expect United to be fucking strong. I expect Newcastle to be even better than they've been. I expect Liverpool to have figured their shit out. And I expect Chelsea, they've spent enough money. I expect them to have figured out enough. And Tottenham, once again, will be floundering around there with their fourth place trophies. Just saying, Arsenal, you need to win the league this year. Other teams, relax. This too shall pass. Just like my little monologue, this too shall pass. Let me bring in my lovely co-host to bring me back on track, because I don't know what I'm talking about right now. So get on here, Mr. Mark. How
He's
are
getting
you?
all philosophical on us, folks.
One leaky pipe, man.
But I will say this: an old friend of mine would constantly remind me of that when things seemed grim, or it just didn't seem as if anything was going the right way. He would just sigh and pause and say, "This too will pass. This too shall pass." And it's very, very true. I don't think the foibles and fallacies of Chelsea is ever gonna pass. At least for the Chelsea fans, you probably feel that it's absolutely it can only get worse, as I have just read that they have given Graham Potter the ultimatum of a sacking, saying if you don't turn this around, you're going to be sacked.
Oh, see, I was thinking more of an ultimatum of like, you better promise not to lose. Okay, I promise. And you're good. You're good. All you have to do is
But
promise.
I guess it's going to come down to is like how much Leeds United really hates Graham Potter and how much Chelsea, the team, hates Graham Potter, because they can just go out and lay an egg and just go, you know what, this season sucks and we're just going to give it up, and this too shall pass, but not with the way things are currently going.
Well, see, the way that I saw it going was Leeds United do not get a new manager. Just make it to the Chelsea match, destroy Chelsea. Graham Potter gets fired. He comes over to Leeds. There you go. Bob's your uncle.
I think
Graham Potter would be great at Leeds.
Would work wonders at Leeds. I think that would be a very, very, very good marriage. You know, I think that the types of players.
What are your reasons?
The types of players that he dealt with at Brighton, players who are hungry, players that are out to prove themselves, and what Graham Potter I think does really well is for the people that want to be there. You know what? He puts them in a position to win. You know, so it's like, oh, you want to work hard, you want to put in a shift, then you're my guy. Yeah. That's what I say.
All right. That's what you say. Well, I've missed you guys, by the way. Thank you, Mark, for covering for me last week. And thank you, everybody who was on the show. Glad that I could pop on for 10 minutes or so during all that craziness over in El Paso. But Mark, I'm ready to bring some of these guys on here.
I think they're itching.
Are you ready for that?
But that's only because they're out of the anti-itch cream.
Well, yeah, and we got two of them down there going, these motherfuckers,
they said Leeds and they didn't put us on. Why are they talking about Leeds and Graham Potter?
I'm fine with them taking the first 15 minutes when they bullshit about Arsenal. No. But they're going to be even more mad because I actually want to talk to Italy Jet. So let's get Italy Jet in here. What's up, my man? Oh, look at him rocking the dome piece.
Rocking out.
Rocking the dome piece. And where did you
Hey,
get that
fellas,
lovely
doing?
hat?
I got it through your website. Please check out this amazing hat. I love it. It's one of my favorite hats. I wear it all the time. Check these guys out and check their website. And they right there,
Boom, there you go.
There you go. It's a great hat. I wear it all the time. My wife is sick and tired of me wearing this hat, but I love it so much.
Yeah, me
it
too.
looks good in gray.
I like it.
Never
I've always liked gray hats. It's really nice.
Yeah,
I think
very
so.
cool.
Awesome,
well,
man.
thanks for
and
the
you
support.
went with the red. I like the red. I've only seen that hat with the yellow one.
Yeah,
I didn't like the yellow
guys
one.
who get it.
I didn't like the yellow one. And actually, you know what? They were sold out actually when I got on there. Actually,
that's interesting.
It's probably the only one that sells is from our Leeds.
Yeah.
Our Leeds crew.
Yeah.
They really support us, and they're really pissed off that they're backstage right now to this fucking West Ham guy
taking a back seat to a hat.
He's like, where are they on the table? They're not even on there.
It's funny.
Yeah, you are right above them. You got a point on Leeds United, so yeah.
I'm happy.
Sorry, you get on first, man.
Happy.
Arsenal, Wolves, West Ham.
Go.
Wait, where are Wolves? Look, I got
Wolves
it in the
right
right
there.
order.
Wolves
there
are
you guys go.
Us,
We're right there. Yeah, we laid a big egg against Liverpool on Wednesday. I mean, we looked okay for like 60 minutes, but then after that, it was just a shit show. I don't know if it's a
big egg, Mark. I thought you guys played okay. I mean, you guys are getting better as the game all your games go on. I've been watching them very closely, and just like Lolo was talking about the last couple of weeks, and even before I was in my darkness retreat, we've been complimenting Wolves a lot lately. I think they're coming.
Yeah, the quality of player has just all over the
January window really stepped up.
No, absolutely. The issue being is that we're not getting many points, and we're starting to get injured. You know, we had
I know a lot about that.
Kuna with his ankle injury. And then against Liverpool, a guy that's been a real surprise for us on the left wing, left back is Hugo Bueno, and he pulled a hamstring, and he's going to be out like a month.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we got Iori to fill that spot, but he's terrible defender. He's terrible tracking back.
Right.
Iori is not a freaking defender.
Like, exactly.
He's so awesome when they put him in a wing spot.
Exactly.
Got on that left wing, and he just because he's quick and he's got super nimble feet.
Yeah, he's one of your fastest guys on your team, and it's like kind of like what Moyes is doing with Emerson. I kind of wish that he played them up in the mid a little bit and have that back three, but I know the back three. Honestly, Moyes doesn't really know what Moyes is doing right now anyway, but I always liked when Emerson and Johnson were on the right and left side. But overall, I'm going to talk about Ings. Hey, it's been great. I love having Danny Ings, but I love my boy Scamacca too. You know, I want him, that partnership, to be there. I'm ready to go into Brighton. I'm ready to win. I'm okay with losing the FA Cup. I was pissed off for a day, and I was like, okay, I want to focus more on the league and the Conference League. I'm okay with this. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, you guys. Well, you finally put together a decent performance, even if it was only the last 20 minutes or so of that match, or the last second half of that match. But you put up 4 on Nottingham Forest, and I would say that's nothing too impressive if they didn't have Keylor Navas in goal, because he has been unstoppable. I mean, without Keylor Navas, they don't draw against City. City don't get only 1 goal against them.
I agree.
And then you guys, it just looked like you guys unlocked something there at the end, and he had no cover, and he can't do everything. But great to get Danny Ings off, Scamacca, and who else? Even Antonio scored.
A header, a header, yeah.
So how are you feeling after that? Do you feel like you guys might be making a turnaround in this season?
I think since Areola is now in, I know Fabianski is going to be out for a month with his eye injury. So I like Areola better. Fabianski has done well for us. Like the like last year and the year before, but I like Areola better, and Areola was a game changer for us, I think, at goal. So I'm more comfortable with him in there. But I do think I think we are turning a corner, but Brighton is a very tough team. It's going to be interesting not having their coach on the sideline too. So we just have to see what happens with that. But if we play our game and have Scamacca come in and not too late, because Moyes subbed him in the FA Cup really late, get him in there earlier, have Ings start, hopefully score a couple goals. Lucas Paqueta, get him going. Bowen, get him going. And I feel good for now, right? Mark, we always for now, right? Week by week, right? Week by week.
Absolutely. And it's funny because Moyes was getting confused, or not confused, or maybe he was getting confused. I don't know his age. Do you think Moyes talks to himself or talks out loud in the third person? David Moyes doesn't know what he's gonna do.
Oh,
honestly, he doesn't really communicate with his team a lot. So
yeah, exactly.
He's got to go through agents.
But I seem to remember a couple of weeks ago, the press was kind of like questioning why Ings wasn't getting game time, and I guess he listened.
Well, it was. I mean, he was dealing with an injury and dealing with the system. He wasn't plugged in all the way with that. But now that his injury, he scored 2 goals, so his injury looks fine now. And he's in the system well now. Scamacca is the reason why he hasn't been out there, because of his injury.
Injury for sure.
So hopefully get them 2 going, and let's figure this out. I don't want to go to championship. I'm sorry. I just don't. We don't deserve to.
No, I don't think you do. I think you're too talented of a team.
I agree.
Yo, what's the word on Maxwell Cornet? Because I was really like, oh damn, West Ham got Cornet. They got Scamacca. They got, like, your attack at the beginning of the season on paper was looking out of control, and then you nabbed Danny Ings out of nowhere. I was like, what the hell? But I don't even think he touched the pitch this season, has he?
So no, he's been injured. He's been in France as well for his injury. He didn't really communicate with Moyes on how he's doing and how things are going with his doctors, because he communicated with his doctors. He wanted his stuff. He didn't want anything with West Ham doctors and trainers. Now he's back. He's been playing with the U21s. His first game was today or yesterday. It was one of those. And he looked okay. I mean, he looks rusty as heck, so I hope we can get him back in, because he's a very speedy guy. He did really good in France. So I'm hoping, that we can get him going, because, Benrahma can't do it all. I mean, he's a very good player. He's probably been one of our best players all year. And I want him back. I want him to prove it's not just the injury, because he's been injury prone. But West Ham, what do? We're always injured. So hopefully we can get him back. But he did perform in the U21s today, and he looked pretty good, but he's rusty.
All right. Yeah, he looks good. And I saw Declan Rice still auditioning for Arsenal, showing that he can smash them in from out, get some goals.
Beauty.
I'm like, look,
absolute
Declan,
beauty,
relax
but
that foot.
Relax
that foot. We want relegated West Ham. We want low price discount Rice.
Give me 120
to the rest of the league.
Give me 80 to 120 million now, Lolo. I'm sick and tired of 65 million stuff.
Here's where I'm excited for it. Keep raising that money. Keep raising that price tag on Rice. And this summer,
that way Chelsea will swoop in, because it's just
they're going to say 120. Arsenal's going to say,
we'll give you 180 for him. What the fuck?
We'll give you 100.
We're just excreting
and then you guys will say no, and then we'll find somebody for 25, and they'll be perfect for us. That's been what's happening. Look at Mudryk, look at Trossard, look at Caicedo, and look at Jorginho.
Well, the Brighton,
we're fine. We're fine with that, and we've spent a lot less money. So,
and I think he's Colombian, right? Caicedo, he plays for Brighton. He was rumored to go to Chelsea or Arsenal, right? He just extended his contract with Brighton. So, but he's got an out clause though. So he might be on the move next year. I don't know. But I want War Promies. I know it's not really his Rice's position. Or I want Savic from Lazio. I would like that too.
Yeah, he's just a bit older.
A little bit, yeah. But
I do love a word that my brother-in-law Lawler says all the time. He's from Ireland. He's like, oh, that guy, he's savage. He's saying savage. But on anytime the announcers are saying his name. There's Savage. And I'm like,
Right.
Savage. Yeah, he's Savage. I like that guy. I don't know if he can play football, but I like his name. All right, guys. We've let them suffer for long enough. Should we just skip the line and go to Liverpool? Because we have Liverpool waiting. Mr. Tom just pointed a gun at me. Okay. Tom, relax. He's got himself in a full Nelson.
He's going to cause you to have another leaky pipe.
Mr. Tom is holding up it looks like a voodoo doll of me and Mark, and he's got Mark putting me in a figure 4 leg lock. We will Tom, stop all that and you can get on, okay? We'll let you talk about your show too. Mr. Tom, welcome to the show. He's like, I'm not doing any of that shit, Lolo. God damn it. Mr. Tom, welcome.
Hello. Hi, how is everyone?
Wow, you really sound so happy there. How you doing, Tom? Good to see you, buddy.
Well, it is midnight. I was falling asleep, quite frankly. No, great.
We mentioned Leeds a couple times.
Yeah, no, that's great. I have my brother here, please, so we can do our thing, yeah, because it's Friday night, isn't it? And
it is Friday night.
My family, yeah.
Yes,
so
let's do it.
Can we get this party doing its
Let's
thing?
get this party started. All right, let's bring Ben on to help the party get started. Ben, how are you, my friend?
I'm good. I'm just having tea and biscuit.
Oh, I was like, that looked like a Pringle.
I thought he said team biscuit.
Yeah,
I thought you got a Pringle biscuit? Out of the fanciest Pringle can.
Sorry, in my Yorkshire accent, tea and biscuit.
It's all good.
Biscuit.
How are we all? We all good?
Good. I'm having tea as well.
Man.
So I guess,
man. Cheers to you.
Cheers.
Hello, Mr. Tom.
Cheers, guys. How you guys
doing? Ben.
Who's in the mug, Tom?
I like in Italy. Jet is underdressed from how I'm usually used to seeing him.
Yep.
Oh man, Tom, I my '90s jersey didn't come in today, so I tried.
That's all right. We can try next week. I'm glad you asked, Ben. It is, of course, it's Hollywood Hogan from
Hollywood
the New
Hogan.
World Order, which we were discussing primarily on Wednesday nights over on the Full Nelson podcast.
Nice, the Full Nelson podcast. And where would we be able to see that, Tom?
On the Full Nelson podcast.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm trying to do Director John's job at the same time, and I'm like looking for your little. I can't find it.
Is he not here? Is he not here tonight?
No, Director John is still in Romania, and it's even later over there. So good to see you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and bring on a little backup to get this little bottom half of the table thing we got going on right now. Let's bring somebody who's inching their way back up. There we go. We'll put him up there. There you go.
In Leeds' defence, we've got a game in hand and a better goal difference than Wolves.
Oh, you do? Let's see.
Always throwing shots.
Yeah.
Could have the hope. Could have the hope.
Man,
Tom,
you've been missing all my costumes, man.
Tom told us to liven up the show a little bit. So West Ham and Leeds United do have a game in hand over Wolves. If both of them were to win that, they would both jump over Wolves. But let me ask all you fellas, since this is up here, is anyone... I'm just thinking right now, Mark, did we choose that Everton, Bournemouth, Southampton as our relegation? Do you remember what we chose?
Oh man, no. I think I had Everton, Bournemouth, and Southampton.
Yeah, you did.
I would have to. We would have to go way back in the time machine for that.
I mean, I did have Arsenal winning the league. I'm just saying. But,
I had Bournemouth in there. I don't think I had the other two.
I think I had Everton out of spite. Everton and Southampton both out of spite, going like, "Fuck them."
I had Brentford because I don't know football.
I had Brentford out of spite.
Yeah. Brentford. Well, right. Brentford are losing Ivan Toney, right? Is he out already? Does anybody know?
How long?
No, he's... it hasn't been because to be honest, I want to say that Tony's lawyers or whoever's handling this for him did a very, very smart thing by by showing displeasure of the fact that his admittance was leaked to the press before they talked the ins and outs. So now everyone's speculating what the suspension could be.
I don't think that'll hurt.
He's kind of pissed because he thinks that public opinion might sway the actual punishment. I don't think anything comes of it.
I think he's out for the rest of the year, though.
You take away,
come on, man. He's got a betting site across his chest. His entire stadium is filled with it's just like don't have it be your sponsor if you don't want the young kids to use it, because that's all what these things are doing is to promote betting and get people to go to those sites and bet. And guess what? Ivan Toney said, yeah.
The children's shirts have different sponsors.
Oh, Mark. I mean, I've made this argument as well. Like, come on, he's getting Hollywood bets is across his chest, but I'm with Pincushion here. Fuzzy logic there, Mark. We are holding them to a higher standard. They are players.
But betting sites pay his fucking salary.
It's not illegal for Ivan Toney's friend to bet.
What would I know?
But if he's working there, I mean, as a professional in the matches in that league.
Yeah, it certainly hasn't come out on whether or not Ivan Toney has bet on his own team.
You're right about that, Mark. What if he was betting on NBA?
I really, and he would be losing a lot because I know I can't bet NBA.
You're just not allowed to bet on the Premier League or any competitions that they're
Mr. Tom, you work in betting. Why don't you let us know what the betting side of it sees about this whole situation?
I sympathise with him. Don't get me wrong. The rules are clear that he shouldn't be betting on football, and he evidently has been betting on football. And he seems to have been honest about the fact he's betting on football. However, to say similar to what Mark said, when you win the Player of the Month in the Sky Bet Championship and League 1, League 2, Sky Bet Championship, which Ivan Toney did on a few occasions, based on the fact that he was banging in goals for fun, what is his price for that? Oh, he gets to hold up a big trophy with the word Sky Bet on it. But he's not allowed to bet.
Yeah.
But he is allowed to be the face of betting. It's ridiculous.
Well, that's why, Jared from Subway, he wasn't allowed to actually eat Subway sandwiches, so he got so mad he raped a bunch of children.
I thought that it was because he was fat and ugly, and when he couldn't eat anymore.
Have a great show.
It was fun while it lasted. God.
It was fun while it lasted. We're all canceled. Hey, I didn't do it.
This too will pass.
I didn't fucking do it. How are you guys going to be mad at me? Jared did it, and Subway didn't allow him to have any sandwiches, probably for good fucking reason.
To be fair,
because they knew he'd give them to the kids.
He kept asking for the snickerdoodle footlongs, and they're like, dude, no. Anyway, something's happening in the basement again.
Can we go around and discuss what our favourite subs are?
It's, meatball with jalapeno.
I live in New York City. I've never had a Subway sandwich.
I'm not a fan.
Yeah, but you're not from New York City, so
I've lived here 15 years. I cannot tell you I've ever had a Subway
on the
sandwich.
road. Mark, you were a roadie.
Never. No, I'm a Taco Bell guy.
Oh.
Yeah, there you
7-layer burrito, man.
Oh.
Destroying the bus. Let's all
you
go
can't
back
poop on the bus, so we got to stop at the next stop.
Eat fresh.
Eat fresh. Are we gonna just go into like a 45-minute diatribe about Subway like we did about that buffet? What was the buffet place?
Golden Corral.
Golden Corral.
Oh God, I hate
Oh my God. Matt James just joining the party. He says, "What's up, guys? Can't wait to do a double over Chelsea." And that comment right there means he's brand new to the show right now. So let's not go over what we've been talking about. Let's pretend like none of that ever happened. Let's go, guys. What is your go-to fast food? Italy Jet.
Anything Italian sub. Anything.
So Subway.
matter.
There you go.
No. The real shit, not Subway.
That's
like
Jimmy
a
John's.
mom and pop shop.
Well, that's not fast food. I'm talking like you're driving on a lone dusty highway and you got the munchies.
I don't like Jimmy John's.
You see them Golden Arches. You see them Taco Bell. Ben's like, I don't know any of these.
I do, yeah. My favorite's Chinese. Sorry.
Chinese.
If you're gonna talk like,
does it have to be a sub?
Like restaurant branded, it would be Burger King.
Matt, hold on, Matt. I just want you to know that joke was not at your expense. It was more that we were talking about some fucked up shit when you came on. So that's all. You can wind it back if you want.
You ever had a Culver's cheeseburger?
Culver's. Those are delicious.
Culver's, yeah.
Those are delicious.
Cheese should be banned. They should banish cheese.
No.
Send it this way.
That beef came from cows. Banish cheese. Just get rid of it.
Those people that can't do cheese, don't ruin it for the rest of us. My wife can't do cheese. That just means I get extra.
Why is it called a hamburger when it's made of beef?
Because it's from Hamburg. It's not from Hamburg.
No, I didn't think so. But why?
That's also a good burger.
And see, that's the problem with Spain. When you go to Spain and you get a hamburger, they use Google Translate to do it. So they're like, oh, it's got to be pork. So they give you pork sausage shaped like a hamburger. It's not a hamburger. It's a sausage sandwich. But yes, Thunder Road Chipotle is fast food.
Right.
You're right, Lolo. It is called that because of the seaport town of Hamburg, where sailors brought back the idea of raw shredded beef after trading with the Baltic provinces of Russia.
Wait, raw? Raw shredded beef? Just because you shred it doesn't make it any less raw. It's still raw beef.
I've watched a Chinese guy spread.
Yeah, but that's kind of pre-industrial age.
Like pate and eat the sausage.
Oh, dude, I saw this Hasidic guy on the subway one day pull out of a grocery bag ground beef. Just opened it, started forking it.
Oh God!
And I was staring, just like, no. And he's just happily just eating raw ground beef.
Oh.
He had a plastic fork, so he must have asked for the fork, and they're probably like, for what?
For my raw ground beef.
A gallon of milk and some raw.
I got an itch that needs scratching.
Is this still a football channel? Sometimes, Mo. It's been.
Oh yeah, well let's talk football. Should we talk Barcelona?
Barcelona, yeah. Let's talk about Real Madrid and Barcelona.
No,
neither. Action, innit?
We're talking Copa del Rey. We're talking El Crapico, as awful, that match proved to be. And
I don't watch anything outside the Premier League. I didn't watch Barcelona. I know how Barcelona won.
I watched the highlights.
86-minute own goal or something like that.
It was all Madrid.
No. Barcelona had a first half, 40th minute, 46th minute, and it was only an own goal. It should have been a goal either way. It was only an own goal. Well, it was a weird goal, but and then Barcelona Kessie should have had another goal too.
They have the second leg on Sunday.
Madrid missed a hatful of chances.
The second leg isn't for a month.
Yeah.
It's crazy. But I think Barcelona and Real Madrid play each other 4 times in the next month, which is crazy. But yeah, I don't know what happened to Real Madrid in the Copa del Rey. They just looked fairly toothless, and
they left all their teeth inside of Liverpool.
So they had better chances. They had plenty of chances.
My thought was Real Madrid were just waiting until they went 2 times. 7 times in a month. They play 7 times. It's fucking crazy. But I thought Real Madrid is just waiting for Barcelona to score the second goal, and then they can get started, and then they'll put up 5. But that's the way you beat them, is you only score 1 goal. So
Well,
they're
they play each other in the Spanish Super Cup and then in the Copa del Rey, and then in the league. But I think that would only be 5. But I'll believe Momaster because he's the Madrid fan.
So they played in the Copa del Rey, and then they play in La Liga on the 19th, and then they play. Oh, okay. So the second leg is April 5th. No, that's it. 7 times. What do we talk about 7 times? Well, they've played each other a good number of times. But Barcelona, you guys know Barcelona has technically the tightest defense in the world.
Only given up 8 goals all year, right? In the league.
Which is, and then they lost to Almeria, which is just fucking nuts.
They should have went up 10 points in the league, and now they're only up 7. Yeah, 8 goals. They've given up 8 goals in 23 games.
Did I see Sol's in the comments?
Saul was here. Yeah, it was good to see Saul.
Saul's here.
Not
Saul in a long time.
It's been a while, Saul.
It has been a while.
And Napoli's 40 points clear. So good for them. Good for them.
Wow. Barcelona. Sorry, it's pronounced Barcelona.
Zaragoza.
And not necessarily. Or not necessarily. It depends who you're speaking to. Catalan might not want to call it that. But anyway, guys, how are we feeling about Liverpool? Do we think Liverpool are back?
Nope.
Okay, that's been our Liverpool segment.
That's the end of that.
And now a word from our sponsor.
I mean, if you want to have dialogue, we can, you know.
I think that's a bit of a loaded question. If I'll just go ahead and speak for Chris here. I think that's a loaded question because what we're seeing is, and maybe this is a sidebar question, but you know, are we seeing that it's been, you know, that Newcastle has reached the ceiling because they've done fuck all since January.
I think they've hit their ceiling.
You know, and if they drop out, is that the advantage that Liverpool needs in a season where things aren't going so great for them, so they get this help and kind of push forward because they're dropping down. Brighton's dropping down a little bit. Fulham, who knows yet?
We should definitely finish 5th. I think we'll finish ahead of Newcastle and Brighton. I think Tottenham. I don't know if Tottenham want Conte to come back. I think Stellini has found the magic ticket for them. They've played great under him.
Yeah, they've been playing really well. In fact, in the last 5 weeks, I think Tottenham has the best form.
Yeah.
Oh, the best form that they've had.
The best form of the table in the last 5 weeks belongs to Spurs.
I think the most points in the last 5 games. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
Ugh. I just like watching them. Like, how can you? I talked to a Spurs fan who was like, "Yeah, the only problem is like, I just don't like watching them play." And I'm like, "What the fuck do you? Why are you a Spurs fan then?" It's just crazy. Yeah, Tottenham are not very awesome. All right, before we lose our bottom half of the table down here, because Ben is ordering Taco Bell and Tom is like, we should be talking about.
Hey, get me a 7-layer burrito.
And a toilet scrub brush.
Let's talk about you guys. You got your new manager at Leeds United, and Leeds United won their first game in a while. Now it was a Junior Firpo goal that got you that win. A lot of people are singing his praises. But I feel like a lot of people aren't talking about the fact that you only have one goal, a couple goals in your last 4, 5, 6 matches or something like that. So how do you guys feel about your new manager, and where are the goals going to come from?
It was same old story midweek. Wasteful for chances, but the football looked better. We were a better team. And the Firpo goal, I listened to that on Spanish commentary on my phone. So I got the Junior Firpo goal. It was brilliant. So, but look, we're just gonna have to wait and see and sit it out, aren't we? We can't judge him on a week. That's all he's had, really. So, I think give it 3 games, we'll know where we're at. Mr. Tom.
I've got some things to say about Leeds / Junior Firpo. Let me tell you something about Junior Firpo. Tell you about the man that Junior Firpo is. Let me tell you about the man that Senior Firpo sired when he mated with a star from the sky. And then it gave birth to the man that ended up on the end of Jack Harrison's back heel and slotted it past the goalkeeper, which, let's be fair, that should have been saved. That should have been saved 10 times out of 10. But it wasn't. It wasn't, though, was it?
Because Senior Firpo's
God.
The goalkeeper knew. He knew.
Like
I cannot say this.
The keeper lets in a gimme and a legend is born. Tom's
gonna come for me. But no, seriously, right? Let's take all hyperbole and all in-jokes out of the way, but I'm going to tell you this, right? He has took nothing but shit off the average Leeds fan for the 18 months or so that he's been at the club. Some of it justified, some of it quite unfair. Reality is, though, when he scored, he didn't do a Harry Maguire and start putting his hand to his ears, like, oh, what you're saying now? No, he was like, I'm trying my hardest, hard work pays off, or whatever he tweeted. Didn't start acting like, oh, screw you guys for having a go at me for 18 months. Did what a professional should.
Right.
And that's why
he ran to them same fans.
There and start sucking on his thumb. Why do they do that?
Yes.
Why do they tuck the ball under their shirt and suck their thumb?
Like they're
having a baby or something, right?
This goes out to my baby mama. Not the first one, but the second one.
Yeah, but they're doing the pregnant lady, but also sucking their thumb. So are you a pregnant baby? Like, that's not cool.
Yeah.
Especially
I'm a pregnant baby.
Why do they do any of it? They're grown men celebrating doing their job.
Well, that's the thing. They're not grown men. These are children. Like, we follow a sport that children play, and you know, most 20-year-olds that I meet out here on the streets are
I want to murder.
Fucking worthless. So if this one scores a goal for my club, he can dance however the hell he wants to dance, and he can tweet whatever he wants to.
This show should be branded under crime show.
You just got to do the Barry Sanders, flip the ball to the ref and go back to the huddle.
Yeah,
that's what I love to see.
Exactly. That's what, like, Zinchenko scored his goal when we were down against Villa, scored his goal, grabbed the ball, ran it to the center of the pitch. Like, come on, we're not winning yet. Let's go. I
wish they would do that when they were even up. I just love the fact that they're just like, let's go score another one.
Yeah, that's what I do in FIFA. I'm like, come on, move on. I don't need to see the replay. I know it was awesome. Let's go. Let's go. By the way, I did play Bournemouth last night a bunch of times, and I think my average was like 9-0. So,
is that who you play this week?
Yeah. Of course, I'm playing 22, so I've got like a makeshift squad of players that are still on the team. So, like, it keeps trying to sub in Nuno Tavares, and I'm like, oh, he's not on the team. Pepe should be on. You should.
At least you're not playing with Nottingham Forest.
Oh, yeah. Nottingham Forest has 29 new players, I think it was. 29 new players. It's crazy amount there. All right, fellas. So, Italy Jet, talk to me about West Ham, my friend. Do you think that you are coming over that hump, that you guys are ready to make a push to get out of the bottom where you're at and stop being talked about in the same breath as the Southamptons, as the Bournemouths, Evertons, all that, and go back up where you belong, mid-table?
I take it week by week, and I think we are because of Ings. If he can be consistent and Scamacca can be full from his injury, get him in there. the ball in and everyone just does their job. Keep Areola in, props to Fabianski. I know he's got an injury, but yes, I do feel good. But like me and Mark talk about week by week, but yes, I'm staying positive.
Yeah.
Where does Tom keep going?
He's fuzzy on I can't really see him on my screen.
And I see we got Gary here.
He just popped on.
Gary.
What's going on, Gary? Welcome.
Hey.
Hello, people. How you doing?
John's not here today, so I had to scroll down and I just saw you. Hopefully you haven't been waiting there too long.
No, I just got in. I saw Tom disappear, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Everything's get him off, Gary.
West Ham's on 16th, but West Ham on paper is like 9th.
West Ham on paper shouldn't be. I mean, that being said, Everton on paper shouldn't be anywhere near the relegation zone.
I don't know.
Everton on paper have a decent team.
I think Everton's fair.
I don't know.
But I mean,
it's
player
definitely
for player, like they have better players than Bournemouth.
Yeah, but I think losing Dominic Calvert-Lewin for most of the season is really put a crimp in a lot of what they can do. Plus they've had other injuries as well, but he's the main one. Like a striker like that.
Well, last year they had
a Dyche has never had. A Dyche has never had anybody like that before, and I think he was kind of chomping at the bit to play with that toy, and then he gets.
Tom was having sound difficulties, so he's logged out.
All right. Come back, Mr. Tom.
But didn't they have Rich Charlison last year, and he actually looked decent for them. He was actually probably the good thing, the most consistent thing they had in terms of an attack last season, and that's why it looked like it was a promising move by that team to pick him up. But it was all a ruse. It didn't mean anything.
Yeah, I think he's just worn out. He's played a lot of soccer. If you look at it, I mean, say what you will about its importance or significance or whatever, but it's still a lot of football. But he went from Olympics to Premier League to World Cup and now Premier League again. I mean, he has not had a break, in probably 3 years. He has been playing straight football.
You're not talking about the Chicken Man, are you?
Yeah, he is.
I don't know who you're talking about.
Mark, come on.
Why am I the one that gets put on? I don't need somebody else mentioned. I think it was Gary.
No, I mentioned
Gary.
Him. I mentioned him.
He's been resting all season. What are you talking about?
When has he had like a true break? Like I'm beach bound, or I'm going to spend time with my family.
Every time he steps on the pitch, Mark. Every time he steps on the pitch.
I think I can smell that leaky pipe, and I don't think it's the heater. I think it's the sewer.
I'm just saying, is his foot tired from scoring goals? No, it's not. Is his foot tired from assisting? No, it's not. I don't know. Maybe his hand's tired from pushing Aaron Ramsdale in the face. I'm not sure.
You're ridiculous.
Mark, he needs a break. He's tired.
You're being ridiculous.
No,
you're being ridiculous.
Going back to the conversation on teams on paper, read through all 20 teams' rosters. It's hard to say that. It's hard to agree on what 3 teams should go down because I think there's a lot that I like about Southampton's roster, and they're probably going to go down.
Yeah,
like it's just that's just the influx of money into the league is.
No, but Southampton's roster hasn't really changed. They haven't been growing.
No, they brought in Hot Shop and Sekumara, and
but they still depend on Ward-Prowse. If Ward-Prowse doesn't score for them, where are they getting their goals from?
Right, free kick specialist.
Yeah, but that is a guarantee. If he gets a free kick, they're going to score, right? But otherwise, you're like, as long as we don't put any silly fouls in.
They've added more nice young players to their team than probably any other squad. It's just that they're a very junior team besides Ward-Prowse.
Yeah, and they're hoping for one of these guys to be worth 50-60 million.
I think it's Sulemana. I think he's a total stud. He stays up in the Premier League even if they go down.
What, the big lad up front?
No, the guy they bought from Rennes.
Yes.
I don't know. He's probably the fastest player in the league. The left wing, very, very direct attacking. He's only played a couple of games, but
what's his name?
Kalmadine. It's like Kalmadine Sulemana.
No,
he's only played a couple of games. They got him in January.
He's from Ghana.
Yeah.
And that's with Southampton.
Yeah.
A Liverpool fan admiring Southampton's roster as usual.
Yeah, I want to get.
He admires everybody's roster, watching 3 times the amount of matches that I watch.
Yeah. Mbappe is the fastest in France. Yes, but not the leading goal scorer, is he?
Yeah, he is now.
Mbappe
he is now.
He was. Now that he's healthy, he wasn't healthy when Balogun was leading the league.
But, Jonathan David took the lead
because he was at 17. Was 17, and Jonathan David and Balogun were at 15. So maybe that's changed. But that's the last time I saw it.
Yeah, it's Mbappe 17, Balogun 15, David 15, Lacazette 14, Karim Mafi, Ben Yedder 14 as well.
Yeah, just to show you, how great of a league that is. Lacazette is so our lone academy kid is second place, and in third or fourth place is Lacazette. So yeah, that's a great league. Stay there, Mbappe, forever. Fucking pitiful. All right, guys.
Okay, so you don't want Mbappe on Arsenal?
Now we got no room for him.
You're a fucking liar.
He wouldn't be happy on the bench. He wouldn't be happy.
You're so silly. Stop it.
Don't be silly.
Wow.
Don't be silly.
I mean, but for real, like, what does he even do?
What was he gonna do?
What does he even do? Like, what is he even good at?
He would love playing for us. That's for sure.
He doesn't track back enough for me. I'm just fucking kidding. Mbappe is fantastic. He's a fantastic player. Of course, anybody would want him. I'm just saying. And look, Mo Master actually agrees with something I said for once. He's wasting his career there.
Yeah, but he's a joke.
So
he just needs a Champions League, right? And then he's done, right?
Well, next
Macron needs a Champions League.
He can leave next year on a free. So the rumors about him leaving are up because if they don't sell him this summer, he goes for free next summer.
Yeah, but I feel like he has such a love for that club and a love for France that he would probably sign some sort of 1-year extension just so PSG could get some money.
Well, you can see he loves playing with Messi, but he clearly wants Neymar out. But
yeah,
whoever
wants done? Do you think Neymar's
Neymar in these days?
You say he had a great first half of the season. He just kind of drifted off. But
isn't he injured right now? He hurt his ankle or something? Shows you what I know. I don't follow, so
yeah.
Yeah, Mbappe has no Premier League experience.
But you're probably. But a lot of people are willing to take Balogun back. So there you go.
If
he was a little more English.
Oh, is that what it is?
Balogun might qualify as a U.S. national. I heard.
Yeah, he has to.
He can.
Oh, decide. I did read that.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
the one he's got to choose, right? If he wants to actually play the national.
Well, depends if Harry Kane decides he's done.
But there's
laundry
with having a chance maybe to win a trophy.
Yeah, I was gonna say his best chance at winning a trophy is with England, and that's a stretch.
That's
ooh.
Yeah.
I mean, they lost a final to a team that didn't even qualify for the World Cup. So I mean, sorry, English people.
Anybody think Harry Kane's going to leave and try to get?
Ben's like, I don't give a fuck. I
think he should go to Manchester United and win it.
Yeah, but they've been saying that for a long time.
Yeah, but now United is legitimately
Yeah, good. Like good.
I
have a chance,
think he's going to be able to buy those players.
Well, I think that might work for Leeds United fans because technically, every time Harry Kane would say, "I play for Manchester United," he would spit because you guys spit every time you say Manchester United. Because he spits when he talks. He spits when he talks. Harry Kane. He spits when he talks.
I got a new addition to my
guys.
mug. A new addition to my mug collection there.
Oh, Tottenham get better everywhere they go.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm with BxGunner here. Kane to United is scary.
There you go, Gary.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah. There you go. Mr. Tom and Ben are awfully quiet today. I don't know what's going on here. Leeds United are very focused on this Chelsea matchup coming up.
Oh, come on. It's Chelsea, man. Have you seen Chelsea?
Listen,
you guys battered them.
I think
just let Nato, give Nato the ball all the time.
You complain that Ben don't talk, and then he talks and gets interrupted instantly. It's fucking
what are you saying, Mr. Tom? I didn't hear you. Mr. Tom, say something.
Right. Anyway. I think we don't have a better chance of beating them than right now, but this is Leeds. I'm optimistic. I think we'll get a draw out of it personally, but I'd like a win. But it's like Connor's video. They've only won 2 in 16, but we aren't much better, so it's a pretty evenly matched game.
I mean, I think if I'm playing against Chelsea, I really just throw people forward because I don't trust them to score any goals. Like I think you got to play with almost reckless abandon.
You don't respect them at all up front because I mean,
so they have
all those guys up front can score.
15 games.
They just haven't been.
6 goals from 15 games so that it was like expected goals of 19. They've scored 6, so they can't finish, right? And I got to think to me, I throw them forward.
So it's got 0-0 writ all over it then.
Yeah.
I mean, do you think the chemistry with Chelsea right now on that defense? Do you think Leeds can score a couple goals? Ben?
Yeah.
I think so.
Did Silva get injured? Who got injured on the defense?
Silva's out.
Silva's out, yes.
Silva's out for the season.
He's got to be out for his career then, right?
I mean,
isn't he like he's like 104, right?
Yeah.
Silva,
Tom, what do you think about this Chelsea match?
When I tend to get optimistic, I get brought back down to earth very quickly.
Yeah, he's 38.
So I'm.
He's
froze.
Sorry, Tom, you froze there.
No, I'm here. It's fine. I already forgot what I was going to say.
You're cautiously optimistic.
Yeah. Because then I'll sit there and go, I really hope we're going to win this one. And then we don't win it. And then I'll get more upset. So I'm basically going to sit there and just whatever happens, happens. But there's probably not a better time to double dip on Chelsea.
Who's Tyler Adams going to push into the boards?
All of them, hopefully.
Yeah.
But
I love just.
I love him. He's great.
Yeah.
He's a good ambassador for you guys.
They get it.
Yeah, and so if Tyler Adams gets it, then you got to know Weston McKennie gets it as well, or he will get it. So I'm actually excited to see Weston McKennie and Tyler Adams actually knock some people out because I feel like they take a wrestling approach to football, which is a lot of fun.
Definitely.
Especially when they're playing.
And you even see it kind of bleeding over to Gnotto. Gnotto's been. It seems like that Italian anger is getting bigger and bigger every match, and he's just about ready to explode.
Yeah, his first few matches, he was just happy to be there, and now he's getting a little swagger about him, and he is so small that people try to just kind of run over him or push him out of the way.
We need to stop. We need to stop overusing him. though, on that side. We need to switch it to the other side a bit more because it becomes predictable.
Well, you know what? He gets no support, though, right? I mean,
and then
he's on
teams
that
just
left
double
side.
mark him. He gets double marked, and then he's pushed into the corner. 1 in 5, he'll dribble. He'll do something wonderful, but we need
Newcastle
to.
game was what Gary's saying. The Newcastle game was big for that. We spent most of it in our box, but then whenever we did break out, it would be Nonto on his own, and then Newcastle would get back in numbers quicker than Leeds could get forward to support him, where he's so fast. So we need to have something set up. So
so we break as a unit, not as a.
Yeah, because even when Willie gets pushed out, he usually finds a way to sneak back in and throw some sort of cross into the middle. And to me, he's had nobody there. And so where's Bamford? Where's Jackie Boy? Where's
Rutel looked all right the other night. Rutel, he was unlucky.
Yeah, that goal that got called off against Fulham.
Yeah, there was nothing.
The first one
there was absolutely nothing wrong with that.
I didn't know it was for a foul. I thought I was watching it without the commentary, and I assumed it was for an offside. And I figured VAR Premier League ground, it must be offside. But then discovered later that apparently it was for a foul on Harry Wilson, and
it didn't go to VAR because he blew his whistle before it went in the net.
Oh, is that why he blew his whistle? I thought they reviewed it. That makes more sense. Except that it's a terrible whistle to blow.
I didn't think they would do that. I thought they let the thing just go.
No,
they usually do.
Right?
It's supposed to.
Because that's the whole point of VAR, right? If there is a foul, then you
he
take
blew
it
his
back.
whistle after the first shot, but before the rebound. And he put the rebound in.
Not to rehash some nightmares, but those 2 Fulham goals were just incredible that game.
Oh, yeah. But they were avoidable. Rocker could have made a challenge. He backed out of a challenge on the first one. And I can't remember who it was on the second one, but if they'd have covered the man, he wouldn't have got through. But, yeah, they were avoidable. And I just thought all Fulham were about was the diagonal ball. I mean, they passed the ball slick, but they didn't get anywhere with it other than them 2.
Solomon on that second goal was wide open. Sure, it was like, as far as like who had the assist, to have that eye because the pass went backwards. But yeah, that goal was great. The first one, who was that? Paulina? He had the first one, but he just like took the ball away from Leeds and just lightning foot. The minute he took it away, he shot it.
He's got someone's going to come in for him. He could play in a top 6 club, I think, immediately.
Well, currently isn't Fulham a top 6 club?
Overall, I'm glad to.
Not anymore.
I'm glad
Not as of today.
You'd look really nice for Liverpool. Is all I'm saying.
I mean, I don't sleep with the table.
He's a midfielder with a pulse. You'd look great at Liverpool.
Okay, so they're tied for 6th. Yeah, I mean, goal differential is pretty significant. But I mean, he's one of the reasons why Fulham is where they are this season. And I'm sure a lot of people had Fulham, being a yo-yo club.
Being relegated, yeah. But speaking of that bottom of the table, yo-yo clubs and all that, it's about time for our bio break, and we have another episode of In the Crapper with Spawny Mark coming up for you guys. So it's time for that bio break. Put your headphones in when you go, because Mark has some shit to tell you. And it's about literal shitty teams. All right. So we'll be back in, what is this one? 4 minutes. We'll be back in 4 minutes.
4 minutes. I was really going at
4 minutes. And we will be back. We will be back with Betting in the Dark with Mr. Tom. And we will get to more nonsense after that. So we'll be right back, fellas.
What's going on? Stoop Crew, Spawny Mark here with another installment of In the Crapper, where we are talking about teams that are playing like shit, hanging below the drop zone, and facing relegation. Last week we had Southampton, Leeds United, and West Ham all sitting in the crapper, But for the Peacocks and the Hammers, for at least for now, it was a bit of a false alarm. So let's see who's keeping the seat warm this week. At number 20, bottom of the old Turley Bowl, we've got Southampton. And they've been floating around in this position for so long, I'm thinking it might be time to flush, especially after that piss-poor performance against Leeds United. Such poor defense. There is no way against any other team that goal, that left cheek squeak of a goal by Junior Firpo gets in. Now, I'm not saying that the Aints, and I'm calling the Aints this week, I'm not saying that they can't avoid relegation. But with matches like Tottenham coming up, Man United coming up, even Brentford, I'm beginning to see that bowl start to swirl. They're 3 points away from safety, and they got a very irregular Leicester City coming up next. At number 19, we've got Bournemouth. Just when you thought that they were out of the crapper, they get pulled back in. I mean, seriously, their form has been pretty good. You know, Brighton, they played well. Newcastle, they played tough. They even beat Wolves. I warned you, Wolves, not to step in their shit. But look what happened. So, you know, it's as if, you know, they've kind of, you know, changing their diet, getting a little more fiber, firming up a little bit. And then Man City comes along and just shits on them. I mean, the cherries look so sluggish, it's as if their diet changed to craft singles and beer. I don't know what to think about this team, but something's got to give. You know, despite sitting in this spot, they are 1 point from safety, but they've got the mighty Arsenal coming, and they're following that with Liverpool. So I have a feeling that Bournemouth is going to be sitting here for a while. At number 18, we've got Everton. They're back. That new manager bounce was about as bouncy as one of these bog rolls, and kind of was more like a thud. They done lost their stud in Dominic Calvert-Lewin, and now they replaced him with a dud in Neil Maupay. And now they're playing like crud, recently just destroyed by Arsenal, and now they're stuck in the mud unless they nip it in the bud this weekend against Nottingham Forest. This In the Crapper Rhyme Time is brought to you by the letter P and the number 2, which is twice as many points as Everton is away from safety. So, from the seat that is always warm, that's the view from In the Crapper. Never pretty, but getting a little bit interesting as there are quite a few teams still looking to get in here. Despite being in 14th place, Nottingham Forest is 4 points from relegation. So there's plenty of opportunity for other teams to stink up the joint. Better light a candle for them. Yeah, there we go. Spawny Mark out.
Well done, Mark. Well done. Loved it. Very good. Yeah, Mark, how do you feel to not have to mention Wolves?
I did mention Wolves because they lost to Bournemouth a couple of weeks ago.
No, but I mean, you didn't sit them on the crapper, at least.
Man, you know what? Tough schedule coming up for Wolves. I think so. They get Spurs this week, followed by Newcastle, followed by Leeds, Chelsea in 2 weeks after that. I mean, I don't know. It's the reason why I did this, you know, because the relegation battle is like super deep. You know,
relegation battle.
Nottingham Forest is in 14th place. They are 4 points back from being relegated.
They're 13th place.
13th place, 4 points from being relegated. You know, it's just, to me, I know I've only been watching for a short period of time, but is this unusual to have so many teams kind of down at the bottom and kind of battling each out, where we're seeing teams 1 week in that drop zone and then the next week they're out?
I think this is the most competitive relegation zone in a while. I feel
so. Mark, we could actually go all the way up to Chelsea at 10th place, and Chelsea are 10 points clear of relegation.
I think 10 points is. I think they're going to be safe. That's three matches, Mark, and then three. Everyone else has to win their 3.
You're asking how close it is, and I'm saying there's 10 points from relegation. That's a 3-match slip up. That puts you in the
I'm just looking at last season, right? It's more competitive in the league because last season the worst team had 14 points. And then the team above them in 19th had 15, and then 17, and then 21.
At the end of the season.
No, at this point in the season. So you got 2 teams with 21 points. 21 points would have been outside relegation last season, and you've got 2. So it's the league's more competitive, which means that whatever number it took to stay out of the relegation, it's going to be a lot tougher this year.
I think this could be a year where you don't know the 3 teams going down until week 38, which never happens.
Yeah.
So last year was it was Norwich City, Watford, and Burnley that all went down, right?
Yeah.
And those are the 3 teams at this point last season in those relegations. So they never changed basically at the end of the
Everything dipped in for a bit, right? And then dipped back, and then Everton had
Everton, it was like it was like the second to last week they came.
Yeah, and then Chelsea did Frank Lampard a favor, remember?
Yeah.
And then they were pretty much in the clear.
Yeah, so it's
I mean, like, what is it? The Southampton has 18 points last year. 22 points was the max points that Norwich got last season. So it is definitely more competitive this season, and fun to watch, which is why I want to kind of spotlight it, so to speak.
Yeah. Well, let's get to it and spotlight some more things with a segment we all know and love. It's Betting in the Dark with Mr. Tom.
Betting in the Dark with Mr. Tom.
Come on, love, place your bets.
The Leslie Nielsen edition. Did you know that, Tom? Or is that
this is the first I'm seeing of this.
This is Director John's handiwork.
Surely you've seen it before.
I've seen it before, and don't call me Shirley. All right, here we go, Tom. This is the right date, right? March 3rd? Or 3 March, as you guys might say.
Yeah.
Hey, today works perfect for overseas and here. It's 3-3 no matter what, right? 3-3-23.
There you go.
12 times a year.
we usually put the month in the middle. Right. Well, this
Chris, you're off the show. You watch too much football and you know too many things.
Even a stopped clock is right twice a day.
Shut up, Chris. It's Tom's time. Whoa, there we are. That's a weird. I'm gonna stop touching things. All right, Tom, let's hear it.
Well, that one's quite self-explanatory.
That one's close.
Man City to win 2-0 and Erling Haaland to score first, and Mahrez will probably come on as a sub for Erling Haaland. Will score last.
We need better odds.
How we feeling about this, guys?
Yeah, I need more money. I need to make more money. I need the triple digits.
I don't need much more than that. I like this bet. I was kind of missing Mr. Tom when you throw in like who's going to get the card, especially the red one. Even though we can't bet on those in the States, it would be such a fun bet to make, is to bet on someone getting either sent off or getting their double yellow or something like that.
Well, you will then do Trippier to get a card.
Yeah.
He likes his tactical foul on the halfway line.
Right.
So Yeah, smart foul usually. So yeah, the thing I would initially have an instinct against this is that not many people score against Newcastle United. That's been their whole thing. But I just took a peek. What?
Yeah, recent
Pope is out for 2 more matches.
But Dubrov's such a good goalie. Like, goalkeeper.
Yeah, but it's also City. So I don't know. I could see this, but Man City has also been leaking goals. So I think this is worth a shot. $75 if you bet $1.
Go at it, boys.
Go at it, boy. All right.
Yeah, that's pretty much right, my master. Yeah, can we go for slide 2, please?
There you go. Slide 2.
There we go.
Right, this is the early evening game and kind of relegation battle. We've got Leicester to win it 3-2. James Ward-Prowse to probably score a free kick if he gets one. And James Maddison, who I believe is back from injury, to score one of the 3. Nearly 200 to 1.
Wow.
No, it's going to be Kamaldeen Sulemana, right? You mentioned him earlier.
Maybe he'll have the assist, or he'll get the foul that
that's a good
Ward-Prowse gets that. This isn't bad, because I could see Southampton taking the lead actually with a Ward-Prowse free kick and then just getting demolished. Because Leicester's another one of these weird teams where I don't understand it. Like when they played Spurs,
24 points.
They played so well against Tottenham, and then it's like, what are you doing at times? And Mark was even right when he was talking about the Arsenal match where he's like, you guys got let off the hook a little bit because they could have scored a few times, but once they got forward, and I know what's his name, Dewsbury Hall said Arsenal were like a sea of red and they closed down everything. But rewatching some of those, it was like they got to the box and had no idea what to do with it. Like, and then you look at a lot of their goals and it's Maddison or Harvey Barnes doing all the work and then shooting. So if you actually give them time and let them like try to pass the ball into the back of the net, they don't know what to do. I don't know. That doesn't help anything with this conversation, but
no, but I think what you're trying to say is you just don't know which Leicester team is going to show up.
Like they should be better.
Is which team shows up? The team that lost to Man United 3-0, or the team that beat Tottenham 4-1? You know, I mean, which Leicester do you get? They're maddeningly inconsistent.
They are Don Mattingly inconsistent.
They're Don Mattingly.
No, Don Mattingly was consistent.
This is also true.
I think it's as simple as Leicester beat the teams that are below them and don't beat the teams that are above them.
I think that's a good assessment, but unfortunately for Leicester, there's far too many teams above them and not enough teams below them.
Is Maddison fit?
But it helps this. But it helps. Yeah,
I think so.
Yes. I read that he was.
He should be. He should be. But it's a good bet either way, because if he's not fit, it just takes that out. I think the odds would drop, but yeah,
not that much.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that. I got $1 on it. Of course, my betting app won't let me deposit money again for some reason. So maybe it's for the best, because I'm out of money. So that means I'm a really awesome gambler.
You should talk to Ivan Tony. I hear he can
one of
pull
those
some
big
wings for you.
Didn't you win one of the big? Didn't you win the big bet when we all won?
Yeah.
What are you doing,
Gary? Okay. I don't know if you know me, but I like to double down. I'm one of these split queens, sort of, you know, on blackjack.
I see.
No, I don't do that. I don't do that.
Splitting.
But aces always, you know. But when I win big like that, the next few days of betting are like, okay, no more $1 bets. Now we're doing $5 bets. And then the Super Bowl was in between there. And all these that I got so close and nothing happened. So, all right, Tom, last one. I still don't get the Leslie Nielsen. I thought it would be in here somewhere.
I suppose we'll have to ask a certain gentleman that's in Romania.
We will.
Basically, I've gone Liverpool to win because of home advantage, but I think Rashford's going to open the scoring and Salah's going to finish off the scoring.
God, I
Big
hope
money.
so.
Oof.
Serious money.
Oof.
Yeah, Scooby-Doo. Scooby-Doo 2. Tell me about it, man.
Last time, Mr. Tom, you had a last score like this. It was very lucrative, so this one is going to be no different. And I actually wouldn't change anything on this one. Rashford's just been super hot. My worry is that Rashford would score first, but then he would just be considered slightly offsides, pissing off all the bettors.
My worry is that this is how the game actually goes. I'll have a heart attack by about minute 70 and won't be able to see the win.
But see, that's why you place a bet. So even if you die, your daughter gets a little cash.
No, that's why I got life insurance. But
no, gamble it all away. Come on. Why should she get the money if you're not a winner? You know, like, come on.
Don't get replaced by an imposter when you came back from Texas, because the controversial jokes are just flowing. It's like a different person.
Yeah,
the thing is, he's been back to Texas, so he's still got it in his system.
No, the problem is now that we're an hour 20 into the show and nobody's watching the show, we can actually speak frank. Not like my other jokes were not. Hey, Dan, what's up, man? That's a terrible call.
And the Subway joke was excellent.
You know,
I thought, right, Tom? I thought it was a damn
really
good joke.
It was really good.
No,
I was going to get your phone off YouTube, but it was really good.
But why? Like, what did I actually say that was wrong? Oh, Subway didn't actually pay him in subs. Maybe that's it. Or they let him eat this. We're not going to rehash that. What was I talking about? Yeah, Texas. I was in Texas and it's terrible. It's a terrible place. Don't ever go there. Moving on. Let's talk about this Manchester United-Liverpool match because it is Manchester United probably playing their best football that they've played in years. Not many holes on that team. Right now, they're finding ways to win. They're keeping clean sheets and they're scoring goals. Rashford is on fire. However, Liverpool are getting back to winning ways. They still have a lot of issues. Chris, you're shaking your head. You're not confident in this one.
What winning ways? We beat a 10-man Newcastle that would have equalized against us had they had 11 men on the field. Like, yeah. I mean, the
winning ways are winning ways.
The offense looks better. Everything else is still.
Are you a secret Newcastle fan?
Huh?
You're a secret Newcastle fan. You always sing their praises, and you're claiming they were going to. Liverpool were always on top in that. It just went from bad to worse for Newcastle.
No,
it equalised.
No, once Pope went off, Newcastle probably could have scored 2 goals. Trust me, that was a squeaky bum time game. Yeah,
I still don't know what Pope did. Like, what was Pope trying? I know it was explained to me a week ago.
I'm convinced he was shot with like a tranquilizer dart in the middle of that, and just.
I think what he was doing was he was sacrificing himself to prevent a Liverpool score.
Yeah,
that's about the best I can offer because he spills it, but he's already out of the box, and then he grabs it as if if he doesn't grab it, Salah's just going to take it to the goal.
Well, and he did actually because the free kick that they got from there they didn't score on, so he actually did save a goal.
Yeah.
But now you're down a man. Now you're down your goalie in the final, and they lost the final. Like it all, they end up losing anyway. But you can see why he did it. Now Gary and I will remember when Leno did a similar "I'm going to catch the ball outside of the box" situation, and that was for no fucking reason.
I think he did that against Wolves. And not only did he do it against Wolves, it was your second red card of the night. You guys ended up finishing with 9 men.
No.
Yeah,
No.
you guys got two reds that day.
No, because you're thinking of the David Luiz one, and that one happening on the same day. No.
Double red that day. I'm pretty sure of it.
Can I answer Scooby's question?
Against Wolves. It was against Wolves. But
let Tom answer Scooby's question.
Right, I've looked this up. Chelsea leads to win 2-1. Adams carded. McKennie scores 187.46 to 1.
Wow, that doesn't seem enough.
I didn't say it.
All right, Lolo. It was February 2nd, 21.
Yeah, it wasn't our second
David
red
Luiz getting a red card in the final minutes.
Oh, it was
of the
our
first
second
half,
red card.
And Bernard Leno got the red as he touched the ball outside of the box.
Wow.
72nd minute.
You're totally right,
you guys
Mark.
finished with 9 men that day.
And who was it that sent the cross in? But Junior Firpo's better half, Nelson Tomato.
That's a weird way of spelling.
Hot take: Nelson Tomato is better than Junior Firpo. Go talk amongst yourself. I'm verklempt.
There's no discussion.
I haven't seen enough of Junior Firpo because he's been hurt. I think there's a lot of similarities between the two players. So for me, it would be like they're a bit interchangeable, except for the recent goal scoring prowess.
The similarities stop at they're both footballers.
And they came from Barca.
I can name 2 similarities then. If
they
one
both came from Barca?
Yeah, they're both bought from Barcelona.
Yeah.
I can name 3
so
similarities.
I'm not that far off. Let's go, Tom. Tom's got 3 now.
Well, no, I thought the joke was the one was more obvious than footballer and
yeah, it was. Oh, you're just accumulating all the similarities.
I'm accumulating them with the obvious one that I really didn't want to have to say, but I was hoping you would all in your head already do it. Like Gary's already got it.
I got it.
Gary.
I think everyone else did.
Actually, what you're talking
everyone
about.
else except for me. I thought you had new points. Dan has a very high opinion of Mark.
They're both male.
Mark is like a human AI.
There are 4 similarities.
Wow. Dan.
Don't forget they both wear shoes and have necks.
There are 5 similarities.
It keeps going up, Mr. Tom.
It's like that Monty Python skit with the Spanish Inquisition.
I didn't think this would go.
They just start counting a fear. There are 3, no 4.
Oh, I want to hear Italy Jet. What do you think? Liverpool, Manchester United.
I think it's gonna be a tie. 2-2.
2-2. Yes, that's what I went on my Super 6. 2-2.
Desmond.
2-2.
I take it.
The Archbishop.
I think Rashford's gonna score 1.
I thought about that, but without Nick Pope, I don't think it's gonna be a draw.
Oh, Tom's going
Speaking
crazy.
Speaking of the Pope, I'm going to continue
wrong?
down my terrible jokes.
I have no idea.
Just kidding.
I don't know what's going on. What day is it?
Similarities.
6 similar. 6. Ha, ha, ha.
6. We found a 6th one. I don't even know my own name at this point.
I think that if we just put it out there right now, maybe Semedo would grow a very bad porn mustache so that they could have 7 things in common.
Okay, guys, let's take a look at this list that we have up here.
Arsenal win.
All right, and that's it. That's been our look ahead at the weekend.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
We'll do score predictions.
I like that music.
All right.
Do it again. One more time. I hit replay. Come on, replay.
We can actually put music on the show if you want. So we can have a little.
Two dope boys.
Oh, okay.
No, we can't play any of that music. We can just play this like
This is
Elizabethan era.
music, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
As we talk about then you walked into the whispery woods, and there you saw an ogre. This is very weird. All right, we got.
This is why your children have nightmares.
I'm scared.
Yeah, this show is going perfectly. We have Manchester City playing at 7:30 in the morning Eastern time. I will be up watching that one. Manchester City versus Newcastle, guys. Tom, let's start with you. What is your prediction for? Sorry, where are you? There you are, Tom. Newcastle.
I think it's going to be 2-0. Haaland to score first. Marcus to score.
Moving on. Chris.
Wait.
City 3-0.
3-0. Oh my God, Ben.
3-1 City.
3-1 to City.
No, I don't want City to win, so they get a draw. 1-1.
1-1. Yeah, so why don't you go for a Newcastle win?
I'm going to go with City 2-0 with Haaland scoring first and Mahrez scoring last.
Shut the fuck up.
Where'd you
All
get
right,
that?
Italy Jet. You're finally on the big screen.
2-1. 2-1. 2-1. Haaland and De Bruyne, and then Joelinton scores for Newcastle. I think that's.
I think you were totally right on the fact that nobody knows how to say that fucking dude's name. Joelinton.
Yeah,
I used
I've
to
heard
think he was
so
like
many different
Duke.
ways.
Yeah, I have too.
I heard he was called Mike.
Yeah. What was that?
Mike.
I wonder if they just call him Joe or Joel.
His name is Michael Bigsby.
All right. Then we have Arsenal, Bournemouth. What do we think, fellas?
Win.
Okay.
Big
Zoom
win.
in on us again. Let's do that.
Hold on. Yeah. Italy Jet, starting with you.
Which game? I didn't hear it.
Arsenal, Bournemouth.
Oh, I mean, shoot. 4-0. Arsenal.
I'll take that. Let's go, Tom.
I predict Arsenal will win by a lot, and they'll still find a reason to complain about the game.
Where do you place that bet? That's a good bet.
You just bet. Fuck it, man. I'll cover that. I'll cover that bet.
Because I know what
But
you're
you gotta
talking
pick,
about.
You gotta pick who does it first, Lolo or Kantak.
Well,
Mr.
it's always going to be Kantak. It's almost always Kantak. But yeah, I like that. Tom's totally right because we were saying on some other chat, but just like, oh my God, what a good win. Emil Smith Rowe just, he didn't quite look up for it. And he's like, oh my fucking God, we're having to celebrate Junior Firpo scoring a goal.
No, I think because let's say an individual, we'll call him T. Turner for the sake of protecting his identity. No, wait, that's too obvious. We'll call him Tony T. Right?
Yeah.
He basically started going, Emil Smith Rowe looks a bit rusty. And I immediately looked up. He came on in the 82nd minute. And I think you may have been 3-0 up at the time. And it was like, he's looking a bit rusty. Gary said something along the lines of, well, that's to be expected. See, Gary, I wasn't accusing you of being in on this. I know you thought I was. I wasn't. Like, I read what you said, mate. I read what you said. But I was like, so you win 4-0, but you're complaining about the performance of the sub who came on and played like 9 minutes of the match.
That's what happens when you have high standards, Tom. You have high standards.
Oh,
you expect
it's
100% out of
it's all about what is it? It's all about the levels, right? Mr. Tom, you don't understand the levels with the levels that we're at.
I get it. I get the level thing, right? I'm telling you this. But I'm telling you this. If Leeds won a match 4-0 and someone went to me, what do you think about the performance of the subs? I'm pretty sure my answer would be, who were the fucking subs? Because I'd already be too busy ejaculating and orgasming and all the good fucking adjectives.
Nasty.
4-0.
Levels.
Yes, you just took it to that level.
His level's down here.
I think he climaxed.
Level went down here.
He climaxed.
Yeah.
He climaxed.
Yeah.
Went over the
climax.
Yeah, he summited.
I've done worse for a lot less reasons in football.
All right.
No. Let's not get into that. Can we move on, please?
And I've done less for money.
On, please. Arsenal wins. Arsenal wins 4-0. All right. 3-0.
All right. Moving on. What is the next match we have to talk about?
Oh, whoa, Ben.
Hold on.
Wait. What did he say?
What was that?
Unacceptable.
Oh.
Where are the odds on that one? That's probably a good.
That will give you something to moan about, won't it? So there you go.
I'm going to give you the answer. Give me 32 seconds and I'll have an answer.
32
now,
seconds.
Ben, here's where you know me too well.
Solanum's going to score.
Now I have to place that bet as well.
Solanum to score any time.
Solanum.
You know what? I'm going to do both.
I think it can also be a noun.
Let's combine it.
It's 40.
It's Arsenal, right?
It's 41-1 over here.
Right, so Bournemouth to win 2-1 is 33-1.
It's 41 over here.
That doesn't surprise me because of the dollar to the pound. So we're going to add in. You said Solanum, right?
Yeah.
I'm not betting this. That is terrible, Ben. I thought we were friends.
If you lose 2-1 and
went out and just started,
you can cheer yourself up a bit.
We're fighting words.
2 players. Solanum score 2-1. 80.93 to 1.
Good bet.
Don't like you, Ben.
Business, mate. Business.
What about Bournemouth 8-0? What are the odds on that?
Bournemouth 8-0. I'll take your bet. But the minimum is $100.
You want to be the bookie on that?
All right, let's move on. Did we lose the man in charge or what?
We did.
He's come to get his wife's credit card.
He's got a very small bladder.
It's going to get scratched.
He left his Texas-sized bladder in the actual West Texas town of El Paso.
Bigger in Texas, right?
Villa Crystal Palace. That doesn't excite me, but we'll start with Chris.
This show isn't about what excites you, Mark. That's a different show on your OnlyFans channel.
I think the score of that game is going to be who gives a shit at 0-0.
Can I get Mark's OnlyFans page? To see that shit.
0-0.
I think Dan Ornstein's comment needs to...
I'm going... Villa's been scoring lately. I'll give them... I'll say 2-0. Scratch that. I'll go 2-1. I'll go 2-1 to the Villains.
This is Villa West Ham?
Villa Crystal Palace?
Villa will win 2-1 purely because if it was the other way around and Palace were the home team, I'd say Palace will win 2-1 because both teams are shit away, slightly better.
Yeah, exactly.
Both home team in this one, Villa will go win it 2-1.
Exactly what Tom said. Thank you very much.
What game is this?
Good answer.
Villa Palace.
Gary,
that's the right answer.
I think Ben won that round. All right. Italy, I guess.
2-1 Aston Villa. 2-1.
2-1 Aston Villa. All right. Next up, we have Brighton West Ham, way down south where all the seagulls are. Let's see.
2-2.
Wait, no, you're going last.
What?
Wait, you went first and you went for a fucking
Desmond.
You too.
No, Make him laugh so he can explain. So at least give him the time to think of an explanation for the 2-2.
Yeah, we're gonna let you think about this. I'm gonna put you down here at the bottom, sir.
Yeah.
All right, Ben, you're on deck.
I'm gonna go Brighton 1-0. Purely because of home advantage and the fact they're doing rather well, and there are multiple reasons. 1-0.
I'm gonna go.
Sorry, I didn't know you were still talking.
I'm gonna go, even though, no offense to Italy yet, because I don't want you to do well, because it's a relegation fight. So, but I think you'll win 2-1.
Fair.
I do think you'll win this one 2-1.
I'm gonna go 2-1 as well, but the other way around. I think Brighton get this one at home. They've been playing very well, but I think West Ham plays all right and gets a goal, and maybe it's even for a while. But I think Brighton will come out on top. They haven't been. They need a performance. They can't let their good first half of the season just fall away. So, for those reasons, you're fired.
I'm gonna go 1-0 in the first half, 0-0 in the second half, 1-1.
I like the 0-0.
Wait, no,
Did I actually say that?
Yeah. You said 1-0 and then 0-0.
0-0. It should be your new Twitter handle. Follow me at 0-0.
Oh, Gary.
You had anything to drink.
Gary, you had a mare here, mate.
All right, Chris, you're up. Sorry.
I'm going to go 2-1 West Ham. I think Brighton not having De Zerbi, they're a system team. So without their coach.
Wait, did he get a red card or what?
He got a red card against Fulham? Yeah. Yeah, he's going to miss the match.
He did.
Know that. No.
We're here to bring you intel, folks.
Sorry,
extra innings.
Quick, reminded me of a manager getting banned. Do you know Jose Mourinho is being investigated for his behaviour at a Lazio versus Roma under 14 match?
That's amazing.
He's basically coaching the Roma under 14s on how to cheat. He's teaching them gamesmanship. Like Lazio have reported him basically.
I mean, are we
what
surprised?
is he doing?
I'm 100% certain that everything he's been accused of, he did. Let's be fair, because why would it?
Why are we surprised?
Yeah,
exactly. I just can't wait for it to the details to come out more, really, because he's probably done worse.
Is it just more bullshit? As in just the press stirring shit.
I think it's just reacting because they lost Cremonese. I think that was their first win. That was their first win in Serie A, so he had to probably swear at a bunch of 14-year-olds.
It was their first win since 1996 in Serie A.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if Mourinho had a part in all of the developmental play of the club, especially if he's planning on being there a little while, and it seems like he kind of is. So
he wasn't hiding their wash basket, was he? And then he'd come out with like loads of kids' underwear on his head and shit.
He was seen eating Subway at the time, so
right, exactly.
Yeah, who knows?
Eat fresh. All right. Did everybody weigh in on this Aston Villa? No, not Aston Villa.
I'm going 1-0 Brighton with Matoma scoring. He's been a bit hot ever since.
That fucking dude is awesome.
I really like him a lot.
That reminded me of Zoolander.
You heard that
Matoma. He's so hot right now.
Wait, what?
That Hansel.
Zoolander?
It was how Mark said it. He went, he's so hot right now.
So hot right now. But you heard Matoma turned down a football scholarship or something or to go to school.
Yeah.
And he went and he wrote his thesis on dribbling.
Oh, I had read something like that. I thought it was actually because his parents wanted him to be a doctor.
You think they're still disappointed?
They're still disappointed.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Chris,
Yeah.
you're
So disappointed.
Definitely.
He just brought shame on the Matoma family.
Definitely.
I was great at dribbling until
Like
I was about
Bielsa, he
32.
brought shame on his
Just go
family.
over my clothes.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Bielsa brought shame on his family originally because they wanted him to be a lawyer like the rest of them.
Yeah,
Yeah, but now
they're
fuck
all like
them,
politicians.
right?
Who had
Get
the
$8
final
million a year,
word?
mate. What do you get?
It's like, who was the screenwriter that won an Academy Award and her acceptance speech was basically, "Fuck you, mom and dad, you never supported me." She didn't say exactly that, but she kind of danced around that issue. The woman that wrote Juno, Diablo Cody.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is that her name?
her acceptance speech was kind of like, "Fuck you, mom and dad."
I'll have to go rewatch that.
I
And
watched Creed 3 today.
Oh,
Hey,
you didn't. You
What?
didn't.
and
Creed 3. Creed 3.
And?
Good movie.
Creed win?
yeah,
Good.
does he
Good
win?
movie. I'm not going to ruin
I
it
had
for you.
money
It's
on
got
it.
Rocky Five written all over it, though, hasn't it?
What?
I
Can we
put-
have
I
that
put
betting
money
in the
on it.
dark? Who wins that one?
It's got.
No, honestly, it's better than Rocky 5. It's fine. Like, it's not the worst way I've ever spent 1 hour and 56 minutes.
Yeah, that's probably been watching a Leeds match.
I totally never knew that was coming when I specified the line and time. I mean, I just wondered which one of you pricks was going to say it. But
I'm
anyway,
your friend. I'm your friend. Remember that? So
yeah.
I actually recently watched Tar, the movie about the conductor, with I don't remember the name of the actress.
Thomas the Tank Engine?
No, Jay, no, that's way better than this.
Kate Blanchett.
Yes,
Simmons,
Kate
what's his
Blanchett.
name?
She is in Tar, and she's actually
Russell
quite good,
Simmons.
but it is
No.
very, very dialogue driven with very, very little action. It's a bit painful, but they talk about the slow burn. This is like
none of this sounds like a movie. This sounds like something you did. Something you did when you were like flushing, when you were doing whatever you were doing at the midway point of this like show. That's what it sounds
you're
like.
struggling there.
I know. I can't get it out.
Where's the joke? Where's the joke, Gary?
I don't know. I'm terrible tonight. Let's move on.
No. I get. It was painful, Gary, to follow that, but I got where you were going way before you started going down that path. But yeah, Mark, that sounds like an incredibly awesome, exciting movie to watch.
It's actually pretty good,
but not exciting.
Young lad, bottom.
It's definitely
middle
not
row.
exciting, but
Yeah,
the slow
definitely
burn
not
is
exciting.
actually
Let that West Ham guy talk.
yes. West Ham guy,
2-2.
also known as Italy Jet.
2-2. Danny Ings 2. Matoma 2. Mo Master's been coming after me all night.
Oh,
Yes,
wait, we
that
never let
guy.
him talk. Sorry.
No, he didn't let him talk.
Hold on. We were like, shut up, you're going last. And then we moved on to Tar.
Can we have a segment where we just shit on Momaster for a bit? Like,
Yeah, can we?
we need one
I
of those
love
every
that.
week.
Anyways,
And then
he
he
got
can come
hurt
on
in the
because he's a nice
semifinal
guy.
against France. He plays for West Ham. Shut up, dude. Here we go. 2-2. Ings. Matoma gets the other two. 2-2. Here we go.
This segment called
Hey, Italy Jet, why are you watching this game between two mid-table teams?
Right.
Watch the Champions League.
All right,
And
Chris,
Syria
I'll
does not
retract.
stop.
Right, Chris,
I
I'll
love
retract
Mo
the
Master's
label.
prediction. Mo Master's prediction for Brighton West Ham is I will be asleep at this time because I'm waiting for Real Madrid to play.
La
So
Liga only
what?
has 3 good teams in that league, so it's a good sleep nap anyway.
Yeah, see, Mo Master gets mad that we talk about teams who are in and around the relegation zone, and for me, I'm like,
Dude.
it just shows competition in the league where, yeah, maybe La Liga has fantastic relegation battles every year, and those are the ones to watch. But I just feel like top to bottom, it's a more competitive league. No?
They're more than 3 teams. I mean, Betis and Sociedad.
Yes,
are awesome.
Real Betis with Pellegrini. Yeah.
Villarreal
won the Copa del Rey
League a year ago. Like,
Villarreal has won
3 teams.
Europa League.
I would say the weak part of La Liga is like teams, like because there usually is a decent relegation battle. It's kind of like that 11 through 16, 11 through 4. Like, there's a drop off for sure.
Yeah, but Villarreal's, respect to them, they've won Europa League.
Sevilla's in 15th right now, so that's competitive, right? When a team was in the top 4 is 15th.
And Valencia should be good, but they're fighting for relegation.
Well, they have the worst owner in all of sports. Like, Valencia deserves to go down because Peter Lim destroyed that club. It's a team that won 2 La Ligas in the early part of the century and then went to 2 Champions League finals. Like, you know why? Because he's close to that class of 92 scum. He's co-owner of what the fuck's Salford. That club that all those guys own? Salford, yeah, that's why, because he's a piece of shit, and that's why Valencia sucks.
Well
now.
said, piece of shit. Well said.
I'd like to remove the rank of prick from Chris, partly because he said that the class of 92 are pieces of shit, but also because his Mo Master impression.
And may I add, the real class of 92, which actually won the league in 92, was Leeds United. Not a bunch of schoolboys that got beat by Leeds. That got beat by Leeds' schoolboys in 92. So swivel. Fuck them.
Fuck them.
Fuck them.
Fuck them.
Fuck
Do that for the rest of the show.
Feck them.
We don't like them.
Feck them.
0-0.
Feck them.
I want
0-0.
0-0.
0-0.
I thought that was that new calorie-free energy drink.
Dude, I tell you
what,
what,
0-0.
Didn't we beat Arsenal in 2001?
If like Jake Paul or Logan Paul or one of those guys were on this show right now, he'd be like, "Yo,
it's every day, bro.
0-0 is a new thing and it's out there," and stupid motherfuckers would buy that shit. Right now, I don't know what it is, but it's in a bottle and people are buying it. It's probably just water.
Give me a 0-0 and vodka.
Lolo, I think
give me a
and you have
0-0
Ronaldo grabbing a Coca-Cola going, "Get rid of this. Where's my 0-0?
Lolo, no, I think we should have a rule. No Manchester United, Chelsea, or Spurs fans on the show ever again.
Well, what about that guy last week?
I didn't watch that week, so
Dan's all right, and Naji's all right.
Yeah.
Naji's always going to be on the show,
cool.
And you know, cool. we got Spursy Chris.
No,
he's
and we
a
need
good
him,
cat
you
to
know?
have
Okay,
on the
there's
show.
no Manchester United. I know Joss is in the text chain, but
I would be amazed if Jazz ever showed up to happy hour. I would be absolutely amazed.
Do we really need teams from the Merseyside area represented?
No, Tranmere.
If they bring viewers, they can
How about
show anytime.
Yeah,
no, I feel like if Jazz ever showed up, he would come in hot. Because it would be like a drunk night where he's like, you know what, fuck it, these guys are probably on, and he would come on that way. Like, I think you're right. He would never show up like, okay, I'm gonna sit down and I'm ready. Let's
answer Thunder Road's
Let's debate
question
football.
just before.
What's Thunder Road's question?
Basically, it's whatever wins the vote on Twitter. That is going on right now.
Vote for WrestleMania
podcast on Twitter.
If you can go onto the Full Nelson podcast on Twitter and vote for WrestleMania 19, please. Even if you don't want to watch anything, just vote for WrestleMania 19.
Wait, what do you
much appreciate?
What is this?
We're doing a live watch along tomorrow night of a classic wrestling pay-per-view, but because I respect democracy and I respect it enough to totally manipulate it, we are doing a live watch along based on whatever wins the vote out of the 4 choices, and I will not tell anyone what to vote, but I think they should vote for what Ben tells them to vote.
Yeah, WrestleMania 19. So please go on the full Nelson Twitter page now and place your vote. Thank you.
Well, I want it to be a lot
he can
closer than it
actually
is.
see right here.
WrestleMania 19, guys. Come on.
Well, it looks like it's going to be King of the Ring 98
We can't
right
be
now.
watching King of the Ring 98. It's
why does Great
reason.
American Bash have a check mark by it?
That means someone voted for it.
I voted for
Me?
it. And
Is
when
that the one I picked?
You just picked that one, yeah.
Oh, sorry. I didn't realize I actually voted for something.
That's Tony's choice.
I don't know what that means. Sounds racist. I don't know.
Basically, all the wrestlers get in the ring and then they whip it out, and then whoever finishes first, no, that's not what happens.
Oh, which one has Sable and Sunny in it?
And they have to eat the biscuit?
Oh no!
King of the Ring 90. No, that's called the soggy biscuit match.
This is what wrestling's all about. I don't want
to.
Guys, sorry. We are so close to being done here. We only have half of the fucking matches to go. Chelsea leads, guys. Come on. What are we thinking?
Chelsea loses. Come on, we know this one. Chelsea loses. Chelsea loses 1-2 to the road team.
All right. Italy Jet. Chelsea.
1-0 Leeds. The Italian is going to score.
1-0 Leeds. Willie Nanto.
I've always respected Italy Jet.
Mark.
I don't see anybody scoring here. 0-0.
Oh, you have to be that guy, don't you?
I'm gonna be that guy.
All right,
I'd be
Chris.
fucking thrilled if he was right.
Leeds Chelsea.
Yeah. No, Chelsea leads.
Chelsea leads.
Or 0-0.
Fucking 3-0. 3-0 Leeds.
3-0 Leads. All right, Ben.
When does before we get off of Leeds, when is Rodrigo expected back?
End of March. Apparently.
Oh, really? Yeah. Fuck.
It was supposed to be April, mid-April, but it's ahead of schedule.
I'm going with a very hopeful 0-0 as well.
0-0.
0-0.
What idiot said that?
I love it. I love it. I'm going to say it from now on.
I want a shirt. I want a shirt that says 0-0 on it with some sort of beverage.
Absolutely.
And we'll sell them. We'll sell them on our website.
0-0 sounds weird now. 0-0 sounds weird. It's now
0-0.
You know,
I love it.
Kind of
the
like
best bit of it
kind of like
Gary's
Toronto
confidence
from
I
Idiocracy.
was so like I planned it out too in my head. I'm like, all right, I know what I'm gonna say. And then I said something else. It just
can I be the opposite and go 0-0?
There you go.
There you go.
That's that Mexican.
Ben, I don't know.
Wow.
I don't know about that one. That's, you know what? It's probably a good bet. You know what? I'll put money on both.
It's
0-0
bootleg.
and 0-0. I'll do them both. All right, Mark. What's your goal? I lost words.
What am I doing? What are we doing?
0-0.
You already gave the
0-0.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Okay,
Hey,
let's go to the
next
next one. Did everybody give theirs?
Yeah.
Excuse me.
I'm all out of order.
How about the London Derby?
Excuse me.
Wolf Spurs.
Excuse me.
Let's go Wolf Spurs. All right.
Excuse me.
Uh-oh. What?
Tom, you didn't go? That's why I asked. Did everybody go?
I'd love it if a Leeds fan got to give his opinion on the.
We already heard one. We already heard
Ben already got his.
I know. There you go. What team do you support again?
Some team in West Yorkshire.
Huddersfield.
Oh God, not no dog botherers. Right, I think it's going to be 7-4 to Leeds.
Damn!
Wow.
The first 11 pointer of the year, 11 goal.
Is there gonna be hat tricks there, or
I think 11 different
stories. Nah, we're going to spread it around, but Chelsea will Mudrick will probably get 2.
Will the
like, you know what? Your country's in a bit of a situation. You need confidence a bit. We'll let you have a little bit, but then they'll get 2 other goals from somewhere. and we're going to be a bit.
Yeah, we're going to spread it around, and Furpo's going to get 7.
Right, or maybe you guys will let Melier score because it is his birthday week.
Ben, if that happens, they're going to ask for a drug test.
For me, because I'll be on all the drugs.
What happened to Tom? Junior Furpo scored like 7 games. We haven't seen him in a month. Right. he's disappeared within himself.
He hasn't come down yet.
All right, fellas, let's get through these. Tom, you get it by yourself. You do it then. What are we doing next, Tom?
We are going next for the Wolves versus Spurs.
The Wolves versus the Spurs. All right, Tom, you kick it off.
I actually think that Wolves are going to win this 1-0.
All right. Wolves, Spurs, I'm going to go with that as well. 1-0.
2-1. 2-1. Wolves.
That's 3 people for Wolves already.
Is Conte back or is it still Stellini?
Stellini.
It's Stellini.
2-0 Spurs.
Sorry. Going at it in the comment section.
Chickens get shredded by the Wolves. 2-0.
1-1.
Wong. All right. What do you think, sir?
It's gonna be tough. I mean, we still haven't solved those scoring woes, Spurs are just inconsistent enough. But man, come on, how unfair is it to bring Son off the bench?
That is unfair.
That's just not fair to bring him off the bench, with like the 70th minute, and he just scores automatically. And I think it does go down that way, and plus a little bit more. I'm going 2-0 to Tottenham because they've been. That's pretty much how they've been winning lately.
Oh my god! All right, Mark, introduce the next one.
Southampton against a very inconsistent Leicester. Which team shows up? Mr. Tom, what do you got here for me? Southampton and Leicester.
I'm glad you asked. I've been thinking about it for about the last 5 seconds, and I think Leicester are going to win this 3-1 with James Ward-Prowse getting a free kick.
I forgot. I wasn't reading my notes.
It's a good game for the Jameses.
Oh, shit.
Okay, we're moving on because you killed that one and nobody else needs to talk about it. Tom, why don't you introduce the next match on Sunday?
It's Nottingham Forest versus Sean Dylash's Everton.
And how do you feel about that?
I wish there was a way that they could both lose, but unfortunately the rules of football don't work like that. So I'll go Nottingham Forest will win it 1-0 because they don't score a lot of goals at home, but they don't concede goals at home either.
Forest.
So they'll probably win it. Yeah, they'll probably win it 1-0.
Yeah. Italy Jet, you were laughing about that. What are your thoughts on this match?
1-1.
Nottingham Forest Everton.
1-1. 1-1.
Right.
That's it.
That's all you got to say?
That's all I got to say.
Then get out of here.
Forget about
Mark.
it. Forget about it.
Okay, forget about it.
I don't have a lot of faith in Everton right now. So I'm gonna go with Forest, and I'm going 2-0. I'm going 2-0 on this one.
Mark, that was so smart, and I actually agree with everything you just said there. 2-0, Nottingham Forest. At home, they are beasts. And Mark, do you remember after Arsenal lost to Manchester City when we were walking down the street in Manhattan, and I said to you, City will do something silly. They probably will beat all the good teams the rest of the season, but they're going to lose points like next week to Nottingham Forest at home. Do you remember I said that, Mark?
I do, and City ended up dropping points.
Exactly, because Nottingham Forest at home are very, very, very tough, and they play a lot better. And I think Everton, they still probably are going to be without Dominic Calvert-Lewin. So Malpe sucks. Fuck him.
He's a
2-0.
dud.
2-0. All right, Chris, what do you think?
Forest 58-0.
Perfect.
Wow.
Gary?
Both teams lost 4-0 last time they played, so I think they're going to keep that streak alive, and Nottingham Forest is going to win 4-0 again. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were going to say both teams lose 4-0.
I was no. I'm not.
That sits on the shelf next to 0-0.
That's what I was saying. 0-0.
Yeah, both teams lose.
Yeah.
4-0.
There you go.
Who needs to go? Ben, did you go already?
Yeah. No.
Okay,
I'm
Ben.
gonna go 3-3. Navas to get sent off.
What?
Oh.
Nice. All right, Ben.
Let's pick a draw every game.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of draws this week.
All right, Ben. Introduce the next one.
Next one is I'm going 2-1 Liverpool.
Good man.
Very good introduction you did there. We really enjoyed it.
Thank you. I'm not the
You
host.
didn't mention the names of the teams playing. So guess what we're talking
Only
about.
need to mention one name in that fixture. So,
Man U 3-0 over Liverpool.
Ooh.
Can you just pick a draw on that when I asked you? Like
after wiping away all their tears because Firmino's going to leave, 3-2 Liverpool. They're going to squeak it out at the end.
Chris.
Fuck. 3-1 Manchester United.
See?
You have to say that. You have to say that.
Mark, while I will be placing $1 on the betting in the dark, 3-2 Liverpool, I'm really thinking it is going to be a 2-1 Man United.
You fucking
they're
bastard, Mark.
They're playing way too well.
Hey,
and Casemiro is in fine form. And not red. Well, maybe he'll get a red card, and that'll fuck the season for him. But,
Premier League Manager of the Year, no question.
Yeah. That's exactly what I was going to say, Mark, and you stole it from me again. So, yeah, I think 2-1 Manchester United. All right, Tom?
Yeah, there's no 3-3 in the Nottingham Forest game. Is 90-1, but you can't get odds on Navas to be booked or sent off. Disappointing. Oh, sorry, we're doing this one. Well, yeah, I've crunched my numbers in the last 8 seconds, and I basically think that Liverpool are going to overturn Man United or the Scum, or sorry, to make Ian happy. That's pink cushion in the comment section. Scum without the. But Liverpool are going to win 3-2. Marcus Rashford's going to score first, and then, funnily enough, Mohamed Salah's going to pop up at the end after it's 2-2 and make it 3-2. And you can turn that into a lot of money, oddly enough, if you happen to go with what I suggest right now, which was the first time I suggested it. It was definitely the first time that I suggested it.
All right, Tom, roll us into the last one because I need another bio break.
London Derby.
Brentford. Yeah. the worst and least prestigious London derby, probably. Unless Leighton Orient were in it. Anyway, Brentford are playing at Fulham on Monday night, and I'm hoping that by prolonging this via words, I will actually care enough to think of something that might happen. No, it will probably be 1-1 because Ivan Toney told me it was going to be 1-1.
And I think on that joke, you killed it, Tom. We're good. Nobody else cares about that match. So, everybody, it's been a shit ton of fun talking with you guys and hanging out with you guys tonight. I hope everybody had a good time. If you want to join us backstage, y'all can feel free to join us. But right now, there's only a couple of slots because we can only have so many people back here. So, we will see you. Go ahead and click that link if you want to join us backstage, where the jokes will be even more Subway and even more. I don't know at this point.
I agree.
0-0. 0-0.
More 0-0. So
and
Mark,
we're all jetpacking there.
To my lovely co-host and all of our amazing guests, Mr. Tom, who we can see on the Fool Nelson podcast every
Well, it's usually on Wednesdays, but we are branching out to the occasional Saturday, which we will be live tomorrow night. So follow it on Twitter or on the YouTube. But if you don't like wrestling, don't waste my time or your time. And don't follow me on Twitter.
Thank you very much. And Ben, Ireland as well. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thanks,
Italy Jet as well. Gary, Chris, anybody got any last words?
Just we'll have to watch along tomorrow. Me, Mr. Tom, and Sam will be on. I'll be telling Mr. Tom what's happening. So for those Leeds fans that can't watch it, I'll be able to tell. You know, the little
won't be able to watch.
I saw the clip. Wait. I saw the clip of the Leeds goal.
Nobody.
He beat you to the Leeds goal. Oh, wow. He was celebrating while you was working out what was going on. It was quite the sight.
That was great, wasn't it? But yes, tomorrow, 3 p.m. for you guys in the UK. What in the world's going on there?
That was Tom celebrate.
All right, guys. Well, we will catch you all next week with more content coming out for y'all. And if not, we'll be here on Fridays.
Fuck the scum. Right? Bye.
Yes. Good night, everybody. Screw it. Yeah, Tottenham sucks. United sucks.
Drink 0-0. Ask for it at a convenience store near you.